What would you do if you were face to face with an intruder?
Now this is a weapon that you can use when you walk into your house. This is how you walk in, just in case.
And Lisa Lampanelli shines a powerful light on fat shaming.
No one ever made permanent good change by being yelled at or yelling at themselves.
Plus, helpful home tips from Laila Ali.
To have organization in your home does wonders.
Coming up next.
Y'all ready for season 10?
Yeah! I love you, Dr.
Welcome to the show. I may have just made a big mistake. I bet many of you would have made the same mistake, putting myself at risk, according to my guest, security expert and author of the new book, Prepared, Not Scared, Bill Stanton. He's here in person. What did I do wrong?
Well, Doc, the first and potential last mistake you made was coming outside that door. Yeah. You came out, and unless you specifically know who's on the other side of that door, I don't care if it's the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, you know, there are bad people out there. Now, my initials are BS. There are too many bad guys out there looking to throw it your way.
So today's show, everyone, it's about being safe in what sometimes seems like an unsafe world. But you don't have to run scared as long as you're prepared. So being prepared not only keeps us safe, but it also gives us a sense of control of our lives, gives us calmness in the face of disaster, as well as reducing your fear and anxiety. Because you know what, guys? We fear most what we don't understand. So you're here to prepare us with some common scenario defenses, things that happen all the time. Why did you pick the ones you picked?
Well, Doc, what happens is we don't rise to the occasion in times of stress. Studies have shown we default to our training, and that's what this book goes to. It gives you actionable tips, how to be situationally aware, and how to be prepared, not scared, if tragedy strikes.
And these are all common scenarios, so Ashley's going to start us off. She's a single mom who wants to be better prepared to protect her family and herself. How much anxiety do you have about a stranger entering your home? And we see these reports daily now.
Well, as you said, I'm a single mother of 2 girls, and every time I hear a noise in the house, I become startled and alert. So I just want to be prepared, just in case.
Okay, Bill, bad guy enters the home. What's she supposed to do?
Okay, it's about having the proper mindset. Now, Ashley and I have rehearsed this a little bit, so don't be startled, because she is now prepared. She's not going to be scared. So most attacks come from behind. So if someone's going to come back, they're not going to go nice and easy.
Actually, you know what? Do it from over here, because I want everyone at home to see. This is really cool stuff.
If someone's going to come up, it's going to be really hard. And she's going to do what?
Oh, my
what's going to happen is she,
oh my
wait,
goodness.
hold on.
Sorry.
What she's going to do, what she did was she found transitional space. If she found a way to get me away, and she did that groin strike, thank you, Doc, for that.
Yes.
She does that groin strike, she knows how to get out of Dodge. She's going to do that. Now, if you're walking to the door, you have keys. Good habits are hard to break, just like bad ones. You're going to go like this, and if you don't have the keys, you're going to strike and then rake the face with your nails. Why? Whoa. Because you've now just identified that person with their DNA. So they run, they take off, we know who they are, they go to jail.
It's like a horror film. But if you don't mind, that happened so fast for me. I want to do that again one more time. Really strike hard this time. No, seriously.
Thank you, Doc.
Now, I actually want you to go slow-mo, because I want to show people what you did. Okay. So first of all, so you be Bill, you be the intruder. She comes up.
So she's going to make herself big.
Right, so you... Okay.
Right.
You do,
right.
But so that means you put your arms apart and take a deep breath. Then. Okay.
That's right. Now she's going to drop a little bit. Okay. She's going to come with her fist, and as hard as she can, boom!
Oh, jeez. All right.
It works.
It works. All right.
We went over that.
You trained her too well. All right.
Yes, that was very good.
Okay.
So now I'm going to give her the keys. If she's walking to the door, and I come up from up front. Yeah. Let's not make a mistake this time. Okay. So you're going to strike right to the face. Boom. Right? Now
where are the keys? No, the keys got to be down.
The keys are in the fingers, interlaced, right? And she's going to strike straight to my face, right? And now...
Okay, I'm going to slow you down for a second. What I'm hearing, see, this is not quite what I'm...
Right, it has to be interlaced.
Do it right, because what you're saying is when we walk into our house, when you walk into your house, you're going to take your keys and you're going to do what he's doing now. So one key in between...
You can go into as many keys as you have, right?
Now this is a weapon, right, that you can use. Can everyone see that? from now on, when you walk into your house, this is how you walk in, just in case. You have the keys in your hand anyway. Instead of holding it inside your hand where it can't help you, do what Bill's doing.
You channel your inner Wolverine, and you come right to the face, eyes, nose, clavicle, right? And then if you have the time, you rake their face. You have that DNA identifier, and you just run. Don't stay to engage. You run, you get out of Dodge.
All right, so how does that make you feel just hearing this? And I bring this up because years ago, I remember going to a school, and they were having big problems with assault.
Right.
And my wife was the one who said, you know, you can teach the women how to run away, but maybe better teach them how to defend themselves. So it's not just a one-sided thread. Does this make you feel more comfortable?
I feel more prepared, a lot more comfortable, more confident.
And from now on, I want everyone at home, when you get those keys out, do what Bill just did. You don't have to meticulously do it every single time. We've all got keys. Put them the right way and have them there just to protect you. Any form like that.
Good habits are hard to break, just like bad ones, and your mindset, coupled with the knowledge, will make you prepared, not scared.
Right.
Ashley, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, our next Be Prepared scenario also involves the front door and some con men in uniform. You're not going to believe this.
Police want you to be on the lookout for this guy. Police say he is posing as a utility worker, and he's trying to get inside people's homes.
Police report last month 2 men in a dark colored vehicle tried to get inside homes, claiming they worked with the utility.
Police say 2 men posed as PGW workers before attacking and robbing a man who let them in his home.
This is home surveillance video showing con men who gain entry posing as water company employees. Watch as one distracts the homeowner while the other sneaks into another room looking for valuables. These 2 men came to the door of an unsuspecting teen, home alone. When he answered, they forced their way in.
He was beaten and tied with zip ties and clothing.
A third suspect was shown on security cameras leaving with plastic bags. According to police, the suspects got away with more than $200,000 worth of cash, jewelry, and personal valuables. That's some scary stuff. So here's the question. How do you look past the uniform and find that if someone on our doorstep is legitimate? What am I supposed to do when someone walks up there and says they're here to check the gas?
Well, the famous saying, trust but verify, same thing applies here. Use your mindset. You see someone at the door, what you do is you want to say, let me see your ID. You want to have your phone ready to call, and you may want to con the con man. You may want to say, hold your ID up because we have a camera. You may not have a camera, but they don't know that. And you monitor how they react.
Yeah, and no one's going to stick around if they think you're calling their boss and they don't have one.
Exactly.
All right, let's go outside for our last scenario involving a car. Now, you never know, when you might need to be prepared just in case the worst happens. This past winter, a man in Oregon was trapped in his car during a snowstorm for 5 days, surviving on, guess what? Taco Bell hot sauce. That's all he ate. Now, it tastes good, I get it. But that's not what you want to do voluntarily. So our next scenario is going to teach you what you should do if you find yourself trapped in a car after an accident. Now, Bill says your car can actually be your best friend when it comes to being prepared for life. You should outfit it for survival. So this is your car.
That's right.
I like the license plate, by the way.
I love it, vanity. So what we have, on our person, we should have what's called an everyday carry. I say do this to the car. Every car should be different where you live, but this should have the staples. Every car should have protein bars. They should have a flashlight, a first aid kit. You have duct tape. Now, this is very important. This is a seatbelt cutter. You have it in the front of the car, and a jug of water. These things should be in every car, and where you live, depending if you live in the desert, in a cold area, you may want to have a blanket or water purifier, things like that.
All right, so all the essentials, put them in a little bucket, easy to cart around. Now, Bill wants to use his cell phone to show us his next demonstration, how to escape from the trunk of a car if you have been kidnapped. Now, if you think it'll never happen to you, well, think again, because this Alabama woman was making her brave escape, happily caught on video, but unbelievably, she was in the back of the trunk. All right, Bill, you ready with this?
Let's do it.
Get in the trunk, explain what we're gonna do.
Okay, so in case you're ever put in this trunk for whatever reason, you're gonna go in, and if it closes, if you're taken, if you're here by mistake or on purpose, you're gonna find that.
Well, hold a second. You sure I'm gonna close this?
Let's give it a shot.
Okay, I'm shutting it down. Ready? 3, 2, deep breath in.
All right, so I'm in the trunk and I'm quickly looking. I need to find that exit. There it is. Pull it, kick it open, and I'm out to freedom.
You survived! Who would have thought? Oh my goodness, I was counting on you coming back. All right. He made it. You can too. It's super simple. I never knew that little attach was there. But they're there. They're simple. They're put there for a reason. Not like the old movies where you get stuck and they get cart your way to everywhere. Anyway, up next, Bill is sticking around to show you how to survive a dog attack, because they happen.
Over 100 young men mysteriously drowned. All death ruled accidental.
There's GHB in the system, a date rape drug.
But some say it's the work of the smiley face killers.
This is a big idea. The theory there's a gang of serial killers.
An Oz true crime investigation. Plus, love after lockup, when your soulmate is an inmate.
What is it about men who are incarcerated that attracts you?
Next Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We've got good news and bad news. Well, first, welcome to your home. And here's the good news. I walked around, I did a security check, and the lower windows, everything seems up locked nice and tight. But then I noticed a ladder on the side of your house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use your everyday item tool as a weapon against you. Don't worry, the doc and the good people at the Dr. Oz show said they got this covered. So here we go.
Oh, so the window's open. It's just a screen.
This is a screen.
Juanita, is that right? You left the window open?
Yes.
Not just unlocked, you left it open. It's like an invitation. Oh my, he's inside the house.
So I'm inside.
You see how easy that was?
Yes.
All right, so I'm back with police officer Bill Stanton, who's here making sure we're prepared to stay safe. That was Bill breaking into one of our audience members' home. Now he's about to recreate a real-life dog attack so you can survive if it happens to you. Now, I want to say this. We're all big dog lovers here. I've got my little Khaleesi, doesn't attack anybody. But most of our furry pals are friendly, right? We all know that. But there are some off-chance dog attacks. They happen. We want you to be prepared for your safety and for the safety of the animal involved. So we're at a park. We're going to recreate it here. We have, let's say we got the kid with us, and we see a dog, and and we think it's getting ready to attack us. What do we do?
Well, it's called situational awareness. You want to see the trouble before it's coming. So you want to put your body in front of your child and make yourself big. You want to yell and try and scare the dog away and let that dog know who's in charge.
And why do you turn sideways like that?
Well, you want to cover your vital organs. You want to present just the thing that is, you want to give that arm so you protect everything else and your child.
All right, and if that doesn't happen, what do you do then?
Well, then, Doc, you got to take the hit.
Take the hit?
You got to take the hit from the dog.
Let the dog attack you.
You're going to let that dog attack you because you know what you have is priceless. Your child.
I love the way you explained that, but I don't know. The audience, you want to just see this, right? I mean, you want to show and tell it, not just tell it.
Why am I not surprised, Doc?
You take the hit for us?
I'll take the hit for you.
All right. Go ahead. Let's do the show and tell.
So now that the mindset is a dog coming, and we see that dog! No! Back!
Okay. Here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hold that dog.
She is not happy with you at all.
So you're hoping, big hand for Quella, by the way.
Quella. I just say, Quella's not really an attack dog. She's beautiful, and she actually is from our friends from Canines for Cops. Canines for Cops has donated police dogs to over 200 communities and removed $300 million worth of contraband off the street. So thank you for being here and for keeping us safe. But all that said and done, Quella was pretty effective in ripping your arm off.
Yes, and what we have to hope for is that someone's going to see this, whether it's an owner or a bystander, and they're going to safeguard your child, and then eventually that dog will leave you alone.
All right, Bill, thank you very much.
Thank you,
You're
Doc.
helping us always. His book, Prepared, Not Scared, it's available now. Check it out. We'll be right back.
Thank you, sir.
Funny lady Lisa Lampanelli is now a life coach. Stay tuned as she helps twin sisters stuck in a fat-shaming loop. Really?
We're going to fix it up.
I trust her.
Yep.
There's a lot of anger in the world these days. There's bullying and fat-shaming, insults. And this all-too-familiar language is genuinely unhealthy. Something funny lady Lisa Lampanelli knows all too well. She's been on both sides of it until now. Lisa says she's had enough and wants to help others cope.
She's been coined America's Queen of Mean. Lisa Lampanelli was the funny plus-size gal of comedy. She rose from stand-up comic to stardom with her bold, shocking, and brutally honest humor.
That came out wrong.
And Lampanelli spares no one, including herself.
In 6 months of dieting, I have lost 3 pounds.
Writing candidly about her struggles with food and weight in her best-selling book, Chocolate Please, about her battle with the bulge. At nearly 50, Lisa went under the knife to have a drastic weight loss procedure, a gastric sleeve, that she hoped would help her finally shed the weight. Since the surgery, Lisa Lampanelli has lost over 100 pounds and made a few other changes. She changed up her classic blonde look, got divorced, and shocked the comedy community with her decision to retire from the mic for good. Today, Lisa Lampanelli shares her remarkable journey, stepping out of the comedy spotlight and into her new role as a life coach.
So let me show you all what Lisa looked like before. There's the before picture. She was a beautiful soul, right? But she wasn't happy in her body. Here is the new Lisa. Come on out. Look at you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my
I'm so
goodness.
happy to be here.
Lisa Lampanelli. I like the energy, the movement. You can see it in your eyes.
Oh, I love it. There's so much more joy in life when you actually like what you're doing and you feel better about yourself. And, you know.
Obviously, you shed the hair.
Yes.
You shed the weight.
Yep.
She shed a husband.
Yes.
You should know, right? Walk us through how this transformed you.
You know, what was wild was I started working on the weight, and I came on the first time I was on here, we talked about no more emotional eating, working on that. That's the hardest part of this whole thing. Yeah. And as I stopped stuffing my emotions with food, I started figuring out, oh my God, I'm not that happy in my marriage. And we broke up amicably. Then I was like, well, comedy really isn't giving me that joy it used to. And helping people, I'm telling you, there is nothing like it. I'm doing, oh my God, it's so much fun. Oh, I just feel like every coaching session with someone gives me that joy it used to when I first started to stand up, but better because it actually, hopefully, is making a change in people's lives.
So, by the way, her 10-year challenge. Just take a look at this picture if you don't mind.
Yes.
This is your hashtag 10-year challenge.
Yeah.
You just posted.
Yeah.
You're fantastic. And you have always been willing to talk about food and the relationship issues. That must have changed dramatically now.
Oh my God, so much. Because when you get bariatric surgery, if you work on the emotional eating, you really figure out, wow, it was never about food. It wasn't that I loved food and that I was always hungry. No, the fact was I was using food to medicate, just like people use alcohol or drugs or shopping or anything else. And what was so cool is now that I'm not doing that, I go, boy, this is kind of still hard, but every day it gets a little better. And every day you still have to work on it. It never ends. I may be 80 and still working on it, but at least I'm working on it.
Well, you say the word work, but for most people, when I think of work is a whole different kind of escape. And you use comedy.
Yeah.
Not just as a profession, but you also could use your comedic talent as a solve.
Oh,
to deal with a lot of this. And you decide to give it up. That's pretty risky.
Well, the risk was only if I stayed in because I didn't want to do something that didn't have that happiness and joy for me. This is how I deal with life, people. I say, what's the worst that can happen? But then I do it anyway. A lot of people let that talk them out of doing something. Me, I said, what's the worst that can happen? I never make another penny. I sell my house. I move in with my mother. God bless her. Hopefully I'll be in the will and I'll get the house. And then you go, you know what?
That's the worst that could happen. You're with your mom.
And it's always, if you have to go down to a certain little tiny apartment, who cares if what you do every day brings you a little bit of love, you know?
So when you have the usual ups and downs in life, what's your hack? Normally you just throw a joke out there, everyone would sort of decant it and you'd be okay.
Well, not only that, usually I'd eat or throw out a joke. So those are my two ways of sort of like distancing myself from my emotions. Get this, now when I have an uncomfortable feeling, I have to feel it. There is nothing worse than having to cry, having to be really, truly frustrated, angry, lonely, and then guess what though? they say you have to feel it to heal it. It ends up, it's not that bad. You live anyway. And do I succeed all the time? Hell no. I'm always going, you know what? 20% of the day, I probably don't do the right thing with food or anything else. But at least that's why I wore that shirt that said work in progress, because I'm always going to be doing this.
Well, your approach to feeling it, because a lot of the crazy things people do is because they want to feel life.
I know.
A lot of you sitting around right now watching this program are thinking, I feel dead.
Right.
I feel dull. Feeling it actually does reawaken you, because we're supposed to have that there.
Right.
So we're talking about body image issues a lot these days in America. And you went through a period when you weren't in the body you wanted to be in, which is your business, not anyone else's. Were you ever fat shamed?
Oh, God. The minute I discovered this Twitter and this Facebook, I had to do it professionally. I don't do it personally. I had to do it for. Oh, Maron. Every time you say some joke they don't like, they call you names, they get on you. I was very thin-skinned at the time. Now, thank goodness, I've worked on liking myself more. So you could throw at me whatever you want, because I kind of laugh about it. Because I'm like super pretty and it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
So, but that's the weird thing. No. But it's weird, like once you start working on the internals, you start liking the externals better, and you go, oh, you just said I was ugly and old on Facebook. That's okay. I throw compassion at them, to be honest with you. I ignore it and they say, whatever happens is fine.
Your words are powerful, your spirit undaunted. You're the kind of person who changes the world. We all have the power, but you're actually doing it.
Oh, thank you.
Would you be willing, because you've been there, to help me with a couple guests? I want to do a little intervention.
Sure.
And this is an intervention between two sisters. And they're fat shaming.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
Each other.
Oh, boy.
Which is not what I would have expected.
Right.
But if even sisters can do it, we all might be doing it without realizing it. So this is Lexi and her twin sister, Mandy. They are both 40. They still do almost everything together. They even live across the street from each other. But there's something emotional going on between them that's starting to tear these sisters apart. And it is the fat shaming that we started the segment off with. Lisa's fat shaming, and you're gonna do the sisters intervention?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You'll see it live when we come back.
We're investigating foods you think are healthy.
This one happens to have a lot of artificial sweetener.
Oh.
But are there hidden sugar substitutes causing you to gain weight?
That's coming up Wednesday on Dr. Oz.
So, Mandy called me again tonight and asked me to come over to exercise with her. And my body just cringed. I'm at this point, I'm just like, leave me alone, please. Just leave me alone. And she's like, what did you do today? I'm like, I slept. And she's like, you're not gonna lose weight by sleeping. And that just made me just cringe even more. She feels great. She's confident. She's, like I said, she can walk around, prance around. Everybody compliments her, can say things to her all the time. And I just feel like and I do feel like all the time, but I just don't have the energy or the strength to really do anything about it. And I know she wants to help, but she just doesn't get it.
That's Lexi. She says her sister, her twin sister, Mandy, constantly fat shames her about her weight. Now, they've been inseparable since birth and bond over their shared love of dogs. But fat shaming, well, it's pulling them apart. Life coach Lisa Lampanelli is here to help out. So Mandy, I look at pictures of you guys when you're young, and you seem inseparable.
We totally were.
I mean, look at this image, it's fantastic. When did this rift start happening between you guys?
Probably about 5 years ago, some differences started to come into the picture, I think, when our bodies started to change and kind of put a little distance between us.
Lexi, you've been very open, and I applaud you for this, about the fact that you have a diagnosis of being bipolar.
Yes, I do.
How does that affect the way you deal with food?
It has a big effect, actually, because of the fact that I do have a bipolar diagnosis. I am on a lot of medication, and unfortunately, these medications have a side effect of weight gain. Everything is weight gain, weight gain, weight gain. And it's not only just weight gain. it causes a lot of binge eating.
So, Mandy, you sent us a little video clip about how you truly feel
Yes.
about the situation in Lexi's weight gain. May I play this for everybody?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Every day I am trying to help her. Help her. That's all I'm trying to do. And I feel like I am getting nowhere. I understand she's got her daily struggles because of her illness, because of her depression, because of her medication. But honestly, like lately, I feel like she's using it as a crutch. I've offered gym memberships. I've offered personal trainers. I've offered you to come to my house and use my workout equipment. I've done it. And honestly, I can't enjoy what I've achieved right now because every time somebody compliments me in front of her, I'm like, no, don't say anything in front of her because it's gonna just set her off and make her upset. And that's the last thing I wanna do is make her upset. And that's why I'm trying so hard, but she just does not listen to me. I mean, my family has said things to me. It's like, what do? Like, we wanna help her. So she's gotta cut and get on this with me.
All right, so I have a question for each of you. Lexi, how does it make you feel when you hear that?
Frustrated. I almost want to keep building that wall up around me and just pull the covers over and just turn away.
Run away. Mandy, what does it say about you? What are you doing to actually allow Lexi to live in the body she wants to live in? You can give her something that no one else, Lisa can't give her, I can't give her, that only you can give her. Because she loves you and she trusts you. She cares about what you think. Maybe too much.
Yeah. It's like you, with all your good intentions and love for her, you need to be a partner along the journey. And you know what? No one ever, and I've seen across the board, no one ever made permanent good change by being yelled at or yelling at themselves. So just to sit and listen and hold her hand metaphorically and also physically, be like, you know what? Be her soft place to fall. You know, be that person who helps her dissolve those unworthy thoughts in her head. So let's work on the thoughts. And if you guys, I'd love to offer you both coaching on the house by me for as long as you need it, because I'm so passionate about you guys being together as twins and also just dissolving those bad thoughts we have. So please take me up on it and really work on this relationship. You're adorable and worthy.
Thank you for the free life coaching. Take her up on it. Get your relationship back on track. For more information on Lisa's upcoming storytelling shows and workshops, you can check out lisalampanelli.com. I love being with you.
Oh, I love you, man. Thank you so much. Love you.
I wish you all the best. Mandy and Lex will be right back. I'm here with an undefeated boxing world champion, Laila Ali, and today we are giving your home dilemmas the 1-2 punch.
That's right. We are bringing you simple home and food makeover hacks you'll want to try today.
You won't want to miss it. My next guest is an undefeated boxing world champion who learned the power of giving back from the champ himself. Now, Laila Ali is using what her dad taught her to help improve the lives of families in need of a fix with simple home and food makeover hacks that you're going to want to try.
We are going to the Kidd family. They've got this living room that needs a little help.
It's beige on top of beige on top of beige.
Cue the transformation team.
Tell me what you don't like about it.
We picked up the furniture at a garage sale.
It was a curb sale. It wasn't even in the garage.
Now this makeover
How you feeling about this? It looks dangerous.
will take major skills
It's time to get the last pieces in place
to pull off the ultimate surprise.
Please welcome back to the show, Laila Ali. Oh my God.
How you doing? Nice to see you. Are we working out today?
Yes, we are working out. We'll do everything with you.
You usually make me work out when I come.
Well, I adore having you. The walk from the
That was
entry.
a workout, exactly.
I'm so proud that you're here, and I'm so proud of your new project.
Thank you.
And I love to understand how it carries on the legacy of your dad, because he really instilled in you this powerful love, this need to help people who are in need.
Yes. This show, Homemade Simple, gives me the perfect opportunity to do the things that I love. We're working with families that are so deserving. We might have someone that is, battling terminal illness, or someone who has their own kids, a single mom, and took in foster kids. So you definitely want to give back to them, and I get to, give them spaces that are just as beautiful and inspiring as they are, and get in the kitchen and cook with them.
You've helped a lot of folks. You rearranged their homes. You work in their kitchens, which is in itself a pretty brave thing to do. And you've been able to make some big time changes with simple moves. That's the part that's coolest about it.
It's when people are going through a lot and they're stressed, the last thing they think about is, a relaxing master bedroom or a spa retreat for themselves in their homes. And then we just expanded into a plant-based line of cleaning products.
Oh, I'm proud of you for that.
Got lemon, lavender, rosemary, which is good for memory retention, so I know you love. So just those small changes, incorporating them into people's lives and making them better just makes me feel good.
Of all the people that you've helped, what problems have you knocked out that you're proudest of? A family that's most rewarding?
One that really stands out is a family that had a dad that lost his arm to cancer about 8 years ago. Mom suffered from heart problems. They have 2 children, mom homeschools, and they have a small home, one big space, but they do so much in it. She wants a place to homeschool, a place to read, do art, living area. I'm like, how are we gonna get all this in one space? We have such amazing designers and carpenters and a whole team that we work with, and we actually got it done, and it, of course, de-stressed their lives, and they're so much happier now.
Well, it's something to behold. In fact, here's an example of the room. We just saw a glimpse of it before. This is the pre-Laila Ali version, right? And let me just show the audience what the first part of this room anyway, looked like right after Laila and her team were done. You see the after there? Walk us through what's different there. So I noticed you painted the back wall different.
Yeah, so there's different angles of that room. You're not seeing the whole room. That was their entryway, but we definitely had to create defined spaces. So when we left, they had a living area, they had their music area, their reading area, so they were defined, compartmentalized. So to have organization in your home does wonders for families.
So there's a couple, if you're up for it, that I would like you to help us with.
Of course.
It's similar to what kinds of cases you've had, maybe a bit more severe. You'll see why. Come on over here.
Oh, severe. That's a scary word.
We got Belinda and Eric here.
Okay.
They're wonderful people.
Hi. You guys look good.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
Good.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. May I? No, I don't want any problems.
Exactly. She asked permission.
You got it looking right.
So here's the thing. They come here and they say when it comes to making decisions about the home, they just can't seem to meet in the middle, and it's starting to cause problems in their relationship. And if you know them like I do, there's not a lot of middle here. You got 2 very strong, intelligent people we're opinionated, all right? So Eric, you've been trying to work on this for a while, right?
I have, absolutely I have. I'm a stylist as well, so to me, life is all things beautiful. You got a white palette, you got to splash in color and make it bold. We live in an amazing space. We're gonna be buying a new home very soon. And as far as I'm concerned, if you move into it, I don't care if you're there for 6 months or a year, you want to know that when you walk in, it's exactly what you want, it's worth you're working for, and everything. But my precious angel here.
So you actually.
What's coming next?
So look at this room behind you. Wait 1 second. You see that? Now that's the warm up, right? Before they've actually moved, you got a little trial running. Is that right, Eric?
I did.
All right. So Linda, your honest opinion, and you always are honest. What do you think about Eric's work here?
Okay, I like it, but I think it's a bit much for where we are, and also color. Then the little picture frames and something inside of the picture frame, it's a bit much for me.
She's being polite. Do you like it, yes or no?
I don't like it for where we are, no.
Okay.
So this is the way it currently is?
Yeah, that's the way it currently is.
So how common is it, before we get into the specifics, for a couple to have very strong opinions, both know they're right, and there's no place for you, at least it seems like there's no place where you could actually design together?
Well, first of all, Eric, you did a really nice job.
Thank you so
And I can see, that you both have style. Okay? I see that you both have style.
Yes,
I want to say thank
Eric,
you.
she's patronizing you.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
As we know in design, there's so many different styles, right? So it doesn't mean just because it's not your style per se exactly, it doesn't mean it's not nice. But you both live there. So you mentioned white with splashes of color. Like we have a white canvas, we need splashes of color, but there is no white here. And I actually think that the design aesthetic really pops more when you have a neutral tone. Because one thing I do see is I'm like, where am I looking? Because the artwork is blending with the wall and the furniture, and then the carpet. Where does it start? Where does it end? You would have more contrast, and then you would get what you want, and you would still have your design. I think it would actually pop more, and then it'll have like a fresh look. And a coat of paint is one of the first things we do on the show, on Homemade Simple, because it's such an easy, inexpensive transformation and it's instant.
I'm buying Eric a paintbrush.
Happy life.
I hope that's helpful for you.
Right.
You're trying to figure it out. You
What
just need to look.
I'm saying, work with me here.
I hear you.
Right.
When we come back later, switching from home makeovers to food makeovers was something all of you are going to want to try for breakfast. Stick around.
I love getting to talk with you on my show every single day. But when the cameras stop rolling, the conversation is not over. I still have a lot that I want to talk about. So download the Dr. Oz podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
We're back with Laila Ali, and now it's time to make over breakfast. The cooking has always been a big part of Laila's life. She's been making delicious meals for her family since she was a kid. You were not at that young age.
Not
Close
at
to
that young age. About 9, 10, I've been cooking. My mom didn't cook, so I got in the kitchen early and learned. I like to eat. Hey.
You did it right.
Yeah.
And today she has a breakfast using leftovers. That's all you need are leftovers. They'll keep you full all day long. It's a quick meal that will change the way you look at breakfast for good. Eric and Belinda are back. They stopped fighting over that little room. They're back to taste some breakfast. When it comes to breakfast, you guys get tired of the same old thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we eat the same thing every morning.
Mix over the meals, not the people. That's what I say. So, all right. So what are you making today?
So we are making breakfast pasta. Now, my kids love pasta, and they don't love breakfast food. That's how I came up with this idea. My daughter's like, I want pasta. So I was like, okay, how can I make this healthy, get some eggs in it? You're going to help me do this? I'm going to show you.
Roll my
so
sleeves
crack
up.
these eggs for me. Dr. Oz, my sous chef today, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just...
How many do you need?
Just go ahead and do like 2 or 3.
2 of them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Depends on what you like. So we're gonna go ahead and put some oil in the pan. We've got some pre-cooked pasta here. Now everyone likes their pasta a certain way, right? We've got whole wheat, we've got regular pasta, quinoa pasta, all sorts of pasta. So if you're gluten-free, you can still do pasta.
Yeah, you can pick your choice, right?
Yep.
But you're making whole grain today.
We're using whole wheat, yep.
Okay.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of garlic.
It is, we're not gonna put all that.
Oh, good, okay.
We like the season to taste, Dr. Oz.
Oh,
Season taste, go ahead and mix those up. So, you know, you can obviously boil this pasta, but I always have pasta on hand. Like I said, my kids love pasta. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and toss those in.
Without spices?
I'm gonna put the spices in next,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
There's no wrong way to do this. It really ends up in the pan. So I have some turmeric here, because it's just good for you. I like to just get it in.
Turmeric's great for your brain.
Yes, and then we have the pepper, right?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use, depending on how much, do you like garlic?
I happen to love garlic, but you gotta go to work usually after breakfast.
Oh yeah, so we'll just use a little bit, because I don't want anybody talking about you. I don't want anyone
That's a
talking
little
about
bit?
you. Yeah, that's a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Don't worry, I got this. I got this. You want to mix it? You look like you're ready. Go on and mix it up.
I tell you, I love breakfast foods that have dinner components to them.
I like to eat what I love. So whenever it is, just eat the foods that you like and make them as healthy as possible. And that's
Are you still pretty competitive?
Very. That's why I took this back over, because I saw you were taking over my dish, and I was like, hold on, Dr. Oz. Hold on.
Come on over here. Eric, come on. Are you guys competitive? Okay, we're gonna play a little game I play at my house. Grab one little strand there. And you grab one, Eric. Belinda, good. You guys ready?
Yes, we're
Laila,
ready.
grab a really
Okay,
long
all right.
one. All right. Now here's the deal. All you got to do is slurp it up. You're short. That's a lot shorter than mine.
Yes, I'm
All right, let me see yours. You're the one I care about. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, no, I gotta beat you.
Are you ready?
Oh, it's
Put it in your
on
mouth. You guys, ready? Share us on. 3, 2, 1.
You lost.
I lost. How'd you even
Let the
do
ladies
that?
have the way.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
Doc, you have that on slow-mo. Is it where? Do you hide it? We're gonna put
Sorry,
that on
guys.
slow-mo. Come over here. Oh my goodness. Seriously, have you stroked that fast?
I know.
You practice at home?
No, I didn't. I might have cheated a little bit. I think I just kind of used my fingers. But it's okay. I just couldn't let you win. I couldn't let you win.
Well, you won. You won. All right, so this is basically making scrambled eggs with some pasta in it.
Yes. So basically, this is done, okay? And what I love about this is you could add vegetables, you can add whatever you want to it, you know, make it your way. Do like a pasta bar.
Yep.
But I have some turkey, some meatballs that we pre-made here. But I love to do meatball turkeys. I'm sorry, I said meatball turkey. Turkey meatball.
They comes in both forms.
Yes, exactly.
And you put a couple of babies over here. And these can be from last night.
Yeah, and we already have some for us to taste. I'm just showing you how you put this together.
Eric, taste that. See what you guys think.
Very good.
And here's one for
Very
you
good.
and one for me.
Are the kids usually happy eating this? That's the question.
They are. I wouldn't put
Yeah.
don't want to put the herbs on for my kids or they wouldn't eat it. Yeah.
You don't want them to see that.
No, definitely
Right.
not.
Belinda, Slurper, the Slurper champion of the world. What do you think?
This is delicious. Very good.
Coach Leggett, Eric, you happy? I'll tell you what, in my home, this is a design question. I think everyone ought to focus their lives around their kitchen, eating the right foods, but it also is where communities always happen.
Oh yeah,
right?
My kitchen is my happy place, and my family room is right off the kitchen because then my family knows I'm going to be in the kitchen, so you want to be close to me.
Well, I'll make it the first room you make over when you come to my house.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Laila Ali, you can check out. By the way, this is DrOz.com, but more importantly, check out Laila Ali's show, Homemade Simple. It's on OWN every Saturday. Thanks, Angel.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Over 100 young men mysteriously drowned. All deaths ruled accidental.
There's GHB in the system, the date rape drug.
But some say it's the work of the smiley face killers.
This is a big idea. The theory there's a gang of serial killers.
Next Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
He is being called one of the most influential thought leaders of our time, with nearly 100 million views on YouTube. Dr. Jordan Peterson. He sat down in my studio for a very special series of Oz Talks that I'm sharing exclusively with you. He's breaking down the biggest issues we face in our society, from depression and disappointment to anxiety and lack of meaning. And he's given us the tools we need to fix them with a simple click of a button. Here's just a taste of what he had to say.
Happiness, you talk a lot about it. Should it be our life goal? And if not, what should we be seeking?
Well, it shouldn't be our life goal because there are times in your life when you're not going to be happy. And then what are you going to do? Your goal is demolished. And there are going to be plenty of times in your life when you're not happy. There might be years. And so it's a shallow boat in a very rough ocean. And it's based upon a misconceptualization. Happiness is something that descends upon you. Everyone knows that. You know, it comes upon you suddenly. And then you should be grateful for it because there's plenty of suffering. And if you happen to be happy, well, wonderful. Enjoy it. Be grateful for it. And maybe try to meditate on the reasons that it manifested itself. Right? Because it can come as a mystery, you know. You don't necessarily know when you're going to be happy. Something surprising happens and delights you. And you can analyze that. You can think, well, I'm doing something right. I'm in the right place right now. I've done something right. Maybe I can hang on to that. Maybe I can learn from that.
You can hear more of our conversation on DrOz.com as well as on my podcast starting this June. Together, my friends, change is happening. Our journey is just beginning.